Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another little hanging out with the kids. So it's their spring break and I've taken the week off to hang out with them. So we're gonna make a quick kind of natural low sugar dessert ice cream. This is good if you're lactose intolerant, it's good if you can't have a lot of sugar, and it's good if you need protein because we're gonna add protein to it. Now, you need 3 ingredients: bananas, about 1 pound to 2 pounds, unsweetened cocoa powder, and peanut butter powder. Now you can use regular peanut butter. I use peanut butter powder because there's no sugar in it, so it's just kind of looks like that. You can usually get it at any of your grocery stores. And then Jordan's got the cocoa powder. So just Hershey, whatever cocoa powder you have, use that. And then bananas. Got a bowl full here. We've peeled about 2.5 pounds, and now we just have to mash them, so I'm going to show you that. The bananas, we have a masher. You can do it with a mixer as well, but I'm going to have Jordan mash these, and then I'll show you what's after. Alright, so when you're done mashing, you should basically have banana soup. So, see how it just kind of mashes? When it freezes, it'll stiffen back up a little bit, thicken up. So now we're going to add the peanut butter powder and the cocoa powder. So I'm gonna put this in the sink. So the thing with the cocoa powder and the peanut butter powder is there's not an exact measurement. You can put too much peanut butter powder and you're basically gonna taste like you're eating peanut butter. So what I do is I add about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder and a tablespoon of cocoa powder, mix it all up and sample it. Usually whatever it tastes like unfrozen, it's going to taste exactly the same frozen. So get it to the flavor and consistency that you're looking for. You know, the peanut butter banana chocolate ratio. Again, the only sugar that's in this is in the bananas itself. None of the other stuff has sugar, so this is good for kids because it's fruit. Basically, it's a serving of fruit, and then we're going to freeze it so it's almost like a homemade banana ice cream. So I love it. The kids love it. Plus, it's got protein, no sugar, except for what's in the bananas. So we're going to add it together and I'll show you what it looks like before we put it in the freezer. Alright, that's what it looks like. I know it's not pretty, but now we're going to put a lid on it and put it in the freezer for at least 4 hours. So I'll show you that later tonight once it's frozen. Alright, first grill of the season. I got the grill fired up for the first time in a while. What I usually do whenever I do that for the first time is I crank it up. I get the heat as hot as I can, and while it's rising, I put on my thick leather gloves and pull each of the grates off, and I scrub them down real good, just for anything that may have built up over the summer, like leftover that I just didn't quite get the last time I did it. Get them all cleaned and nice and neat, clean the top flame covers and everything, and then I set the heat on high and I crank it as high as I can get it and run it as hot as the grill will get. Let it run there for about 10 minutes or so, and then bring it back down and we'll throw some food on. We're going to cook some bratwurst and some asparagus. other day, we were at the craft fair and I picked up the barbecue sauce, which you should have seen on the little Calico haul video, but if not, there it is again. This is a sugar-free, completely vinegar, mustard-based sauce. This is the medium, so it's not as hot. I do have a hot version. But on the guy's recommendation, he said the next time you do a pulled pork or you smoke any meat, inject it with this. So I'm going to give it a try. So I have this guy. It's part of a picnic. Still got the bone in it. I'm going to go ahead and inject it real quick. Need to pour some sauce in a cup. And then I'm going to throw it on the smoker. Before I do that though, I'm going to sear the fat on the top and also going to season the outside. So I haven't quite decided on my seasoning for the outside yet, so we'll see, we'll take a look. But right now we're going to inject this bad boy. So I'm going to go near the bone. I am going to stay away from the fat cap here on the top because, like I said, I'm gonna score that. So I'm going to flip it over. Woo! That one shot out of a side hole somewhere. The bone. Come on, there we go. Now, what's good about this being a mustard and vinegar based sauce is that vinegar will help break down any of those tendons that might still be really kind of tough. I'm going to let this sit for quite a little bit before it goes in the smoker, probably an hour, maybe 2, before I actually throw it on the smoker. So that'll give that vinegar time to really break down the inside of this meat, because I really want this to just pull. I don't want it to I don't want to slice or anything like that, because I do sometimes will smoke a pork so that I can make slices with it. So alright, the next thing you want to do is just kind of score it this way, and then you'll score it this way, and what that'll do is it'll pop up and give you little gaps down to the meat through the fat cap. Plus, people tend to like this part because when it smokes, you smoke it fat cap up, and these right here will crisp just like bacon. So now we're gonna go this way. You see there, it just creates these little squares. What'll happen as this smokes is these will kind of pucker up and get real soft on the inside, and the tops will crisp real well. So I'm gonna finish scoring this a little bit better, and then we're gonna season this bad boy and get it in the fridge for a little bit. So all I'm gonna put on the outside of this, since it's got all that flavor from the barbecue sauce, is this stuff I picked up at Aldi's. It's smoked chili salt. We're just gonna cover the top of it. Once you got the season on the top, you really want to push it down in between the cracks and the crevices and the score marks you've made. Just want to make sure you rub it in real good. So a lot of people, when they smoke these, I mean, they will lay an inch or ½ inch or whatever of seasoning around them, and that's just the way they do it. I don't over season mine. I'm tend to looking for the flavor of the meat and the smoke. So make sure you hit all your sides, and we'll stick this bad boy back in the freezer for an hour. I'm going to leave mine uncovered so that the top has a chance to dry out a little bit before I throw it on the smoker. So bring you back when it's time to drop it on. All right, so I came out to get the smoker set up. But it's windy. Apparently yesterday we were under a tornado watch. I guess it's kind of what I get for not watching the news. A bunch of Florida is. They had one touchdown in Georgia. I've just been catching up this morning. So it's too windy to smoke that pork butt. So I'm gonna chunk it in the oven at 185 and let it cook for the rest of the day. That works just as well. The only thing is you don't get that smoky flavor, but you can still make pulled pork by putting it in the oven low and slow. Now, the oven does give you a more controlled temperature if you've never smoked anything before, so that's something you can do. Smoking meat is as much a science as anything else. It's keeping the right temperature, adding the coals when you need to, the wood, and everything like that. So it's actually kind of cold out today and windy, so I don't think I'd be able to smoke it because I don't think my smoker would, the one I have, would get warm enough and stay warm enough. So that is something I have to invest in soon, is a new smoker. Because the only one I really have that's insulated enough to do it is, it's just too massive for one little pork butt. It's meant to smoke for lots and lots of people. It's like 7.5, 8 feet tall. I can throw like 40 pounds of chicken, 3 racks of ribs, and 2 or 3 pork butts on at the exact same time and have those going the whole day. So I'm not gonna fire that up for just one little pork butt, or part of the picnic that we have. So the other one I have is just one of those round circular smokers, and it's not insulated enough, so it would never get the right temperature. So thank you, Mother Nature, for the change of plans. So we'll get that in the oven here in a little bit. So it's really, it feels nice out, but it's cool. It's very cool out today. So what you gonna do? All right, so it's been a fun couple days. We're headed to Disney tomorrow. Not even sure when this particular video is gonna go up, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it. I didn't film the pork when it was done or anything like that. I kind of got sidetracked doing other stuff, so sorry. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. Leave some comments and we'll chit chat. Hopefully if we see any of you in Disney, just say hi. Just look for the hat. It'll be there. Till tomorrow.